You ain't found the time to go to the gym. Why? You haven't worked on anything. You haven't dedicated yourself to anything. Why? Oh, I just don't feel like it. Well, you're a piece of shit.
If you cannot force yourself to do something you don't want to do, how are you ever going to put yourself through the suffering required for greatness? If you cannot force yourself to train when you do not want to train, if you cannot force yourself to work when you don't want to work, or force yourself to eat right, how can you possibly ever become a monumentally successful person if you cannot control yourself long enough to do what must be done as opposed to what you feel like doing? A man must do what he is supposed to do irregardless of how he feels. That is the key component to masculinity, is discipline.
It's ungrateful to the universe. It's ungrateful to God himself to waste what he gives you. Where does the luck come from? It comes from God. Who does God favor? What makes God like you? God likes you when you try. There's nothing that's going to piss God off more than wasting what he fucking gives you. If you give someone a Ferrari and they look after it perfectly, you're happy. If you give someone a Ferrari and see it the next day, it's got cigarette butts, it's treated like shit. Would you be happy you gave him a Ferrari? God gave you a consciousness, he gave you a body, he gave you a mind, and you're not even fucking using it. You're not using it to be the best version of yourself. You're not using it to get as rich and powerful as possible. You're not using it to change the world. You're not using it to protect those you love. You're not using it for anything. And you expect God to make you lucky? Wouldn't he give it to his soldiers who dedicate themselves and try? You make your own luck by dedicating yourself to the universe. I said this before. I said it in a rain dancing term. Rain dancing. I said, if you need it to rain and your life depends on it, you should do a rain dance. Now, do rain dances make clouds come? No. But perhaps by some strange twist of fate, far in the distance, another tribe will see you rain dancing and realize you need water. And they'll think, he needs water. And we need something he has. And they'll bring you water. If you didn't rain dance and just sat there waiting for it to rain, the water would have never come. There's no such thing as working too hard. You'd be amazed how if you just do work, how amazing things happen.
I train every single day. I've actually heard from some people saying, you overtrain. And I explained to them, one, I don't believe in rest. I'm not you. I'm not pussy and I'm not broke like you are. I don't need to listen to you. Secondly, I don't train because I want to get bigger. I train every day because it is difficult to train every day. It hurts. I don't want to. I wake up and I'm busy. I have other things to do. I don't feel like doing it. So I force myself to do it 7 days a week, 365 days a year, so that I know I'm the kind of person who can do what he doesn't want to do when it needs to be done. And it is more of a mental exercise than a physical exercise at this point. How can you ever outcompete me if I can force myself to do the things I don't want to do and you cannot? The only shortcut to life is to never miss a day, because sometimes you get lucky. And you'll never miss a lucky day if you try every day. Because when you've come from the absolute bottom to the absolute top and you've done it all off of your own back, and hard work and dedication and never missing a day. One, because of compounding interest. And two, if you don't try every day, you might miss your lucky day. And that's what people don't understand. If you never miss a day and you never don't try and you're always on time and you try and improve every aspect of your life and you're a professional and you try and make sure that you analyze your decisions, you give yourself feedback, you don't make mistakes, you're not lazy. If you try and you make it to the top, because you look at the people down below and you're like, well, why didn't you try? And you catch yourself being very elitist. And this is what's scary about it, because I'm from a Luton council estate and now I have all this money. But if I meet somebody who's truly broke, I'm not talking about you not have hundreds of millions, but if I meet somebody who's broke, I think they're an idiot. And I catch myself going, is that bad? Am I elitist? Or do I sit down now and I just say, no, I started lower than you and beat you. How are you poor? You're lazy. And I think there's only 3 reasons you can't get rich in the world today, which is either you're stupid, you're lazy, or you're arrogant. And I find the most common one is lazy and arrogant. It's not stupid. There's nobody at home who is too stupid to become rich. Anyone watching this podcast right now, if you were to sit down next to me and I were to say, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, you could do it. But you're too lazy to learn how to do it yourself. And you're too arrogant to listen. It's one of the two. Those are the 2 most common factors of people. So when I meet people who have truly failed and they pretend to me that they didn't want to fail, I know they're one of the 3. And it's usually arrogant. Because when I sit and say to them, you could have got out, they don't say, you're right, I could have got out, I didn't try. They don't do that. They say, no, because it's excuse, someone else's fault, the Matrix's fault, no self-accountability. Oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about anyway. Arrogance. Some people don't want to win.
And the people who don't want to win are not going to win. So when he sits and says, oh, we need to balance everything out, you cannot legislate everyone rich. You cannot make a loser have what a winner has, because winners are busy winning. That's the bottom line of it. And people say this, not everyone wants to be a hustler. Not everyone wants to have to go out there and grind. Yeah, but some people do.
I've never in my life seen anyone who's determined to get something not get it. I've never seen somebody who is determined in their heart to get something not get it. People think it's difficult out here. I disagree. I've never seen someone wake up and say, nah, this is all I care about. This is all I want. Not get it. Everyone who thought that way in fighting was a world champion. Everyone who thought that way about money was rich. I've never seen anyone fail. Bro, I've seen people with no credit score and no job determined to get an R8 manage to get one on finance somehow. I've seen it. If it's all you want, you're going to get it. If I'm unhappy with something and I'm uncomfortable with something, I fix it. That's endless motivation, which I don't truly believe in as a concept, but that's endless fuel for the fire. If I was unhappy with something about myself, regardless of what it was, I would be able to take all of that discomfort and turn it into endless energy to get the problem fixed. But what these people seem to sit and say, I'm really unhappy with X, but then stay doing X. So I don't believe they're truly actually unhappy. What you'll notice if you live life long enough is that somebody will sit and say to you, I'm unhappy being a loser. You say, why are you a loser? I just sit at home and play video games 7 days a week. And maybe 3 days of the week, they're unhappy doing that. But 4 days of the week, they don't really, it doesn't really bother them. Because if it bothered them 7 days a week, guess what? So I have very little sympathy for people. And that's not because I'm not a nice person, but it's because I've been so hard on myself and I've been through so much pain and trauma myself. Some of it self-inflicted, some of it given to me by God to make me a better person. But I've been so difficult on myself. It's very hard for me to look at somebody who's refused to be difficult on themselves and see them as my equal or feel sympathy or pity for them.
And when men sit and say, I want to be happy, I want to feel happy. To feel happy, a lot of the time, you're looking for temporary hedonism. To be happy, you want to get drunk or do something stupid temporarily, and it's very short-lived. I think you should instead be looking as a man to say, I want to feel proud. If you choose pride over happiness, you're going to make decisions that you're proud of and the people around you are proud of, and it's going to be better for yourself and better for society and better for everyone who loves you, everyone you care about.
If you ask any champion of anything, they always envision themselves as champion all of the time. And the reason they do that is, one, so they feel confident, but two, so that if they don't become champion, they're more angry and more motivated for the next attempt to ensure that they do become champion. So that's the mentality and the mindset you have to have. Your mind is your number one ally. A lot of you have been sabotaged internally by your own mind. Your own psyche is working against you. There's enough people in the opposing trench who are prepared to destroy you for self-interest. The idea of you not having every single part of you on your own side is truthfully sad. You need to be in a better position than that. You cannot allow your own mind to betray you ever. So as a thought experiment, we're going to sit here, and I want you to actually think about it. How many times have you doubted yourself? How many times have you didn't feel like doing something you knew you were supposed to do? How many times has your mind tricked you into procrastination or being lazy? How many times has your mind convinced you that it was okay to fail and lose even though you didn't try your best? How many times have you sought comfort in excuses? How many times have you betrayed yourself? Don't worry about your enemies attempting to crush you. If you actually analyze most of your failures, you're going to see the majority of them come from self-sabotage.
Now, some of our enemies are on the outside, but here's the most important thing to understand. Some of our enemies are on the inside.
There's an old African proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm.
Let me give you a quick list. Indifference. You got to do battle with your own indifference, especially if you've accomplished something, extraordinary. Now, somebody says, well, I got to relax. Here's the key. Not too long. Indecision. Don't let much time go by without making some decisions. The ones that you can make quickly, make them quickly. The ones that take time, take your time. The next one is doubt. I'm asking you to have some faith, have some courage, believe, drive your doubts into a small corner. Don't doubt the future. Don't doubt the possibilities. And here's the most important one of all. Don't doubt yourself.
See, it's time now. If you want to make this your decade, you've got to start saying yes to your life, yes to your potential. Why not? Why not me?
Take sword to your enemies. Whatever's going to destroy those values, take sword to it. If it's worry, take sword to it. I'm asking you, take sword to your enemies, whether they're on the outside or whether they're on the inside. Do battle with whatever's out there to do battle with you.
There's a battle taking place on the inside of each one of us. It's a battle between the flesh and the spirit. You don't have to be disciplined. You just do whatever you feel. If you don't feel like having a good attitude, go through the day sour. The scripture says, those who live by the dictates of the flesh. The problem is, if you keep giving in to the flesh, that verse goes on to say, you will die. Your relationships won't flourish. Your gifts won't come out like they should. You're letting the flesh win the war. There's another option, that is to walk in the Spirit. And what's limiting some people is not that they're not talented. It's that they keep sowing to the flesh. Next time you're tempted to be jealous, tell your flesh, no, I'm not going there. I'm going to be happy for them. Next time those friends call that are pulling you down, tell them, sorry, something has come up. I can't hang out tonight. You have to take charge of your life. The flesh is not leading you anywhere productive. I don't want to depress you, but this is a battle that will never go away. You don't overcome it one time and it's defeated. It will come back again.
Sometimes I have to pull myself out of bed and say, come on, Les. Things I shouldn't do, I do. I found that the biggest enemy you have to deal with is yourself.
Are you winning the war within? Making decisions that honor God? Or are you letting the flesh win? Doing whatever you feel? Start taking the high road, doing the right thing when it's hard. That's when God can trust you with more. It's very shallow to live by how you feel. That's going to keep you from the greatness God put in you. Being disciplined is not easy. Not giving in to the temptation, getting up early to excel at work, that's difficult. Your flesh wants the easy way out. If you'll do the hard thing now, later on, you'll see blessings and favor that you've never seen. But the flesh always wants instant gratification. If I buy this item I can't afford, if I sleep in and skip work, I'll feel good right now. But it's important to think about later on. Now, I'm not saying we have to be perfect, but we should be growing. Take the flesh off the throne. If we'd start walking by the Spirit, being willing to be uncomfortable, waiting with a good attitude, that's when you're growing. Now, I know there are a lot of battles on the outside, but my question today is, are you winning the war within?